Hello everybody and welcome to Ultimate Sporting News. This is the first official week of the NFL preseason. The Chicago Bears lost to the Cincinnati Bengals 30-27. Tyler Bray was 18 for 27, threw for 219 yards and threw one interception. Ryan Nail had 9 carries and ran for 95 yards. Daniel Brown had 5 receptions for 90 yards. The Cleveland Browns defeated the New York Giants 20-10. Baker Mayfield was 11 for 20, threw for 212 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns and had no interceptions. Saquon Barkley had 5 carries for 43 rushing yards. Antonio Callaway had 3 receptions for 87 yards. He had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeated the Miami Dolphins 26-24. Ryan Griffin was 20 for 26, threw for 179 yards, and threw for 1 touchdown. Kalen Ballage ran the ball 10 times for 37 rushing yards. Francis Owosu had 4 receptions for 82 yards. The Los Angeles Chargers lost to the Arizona Cardinals 24-17. Geno Smith went 14 for 23, threw for 218 yards, threw 1 touchdown, threw 1 interception. David Johnson had 2 carries for 28 rushing yards. Jeremy Davis had 4 receptions for 88 receiving yards. He also had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Indianapolis Colts defeated the Seattle Seahawks 19-17. Philip Walker went 5 for 8, threw for 88 yards, and threw 1 touchdown. Robert Turbin ran the ball 6 times for 27 yards. Kason Williams had 3 receptions for 46 yards. The Dallas Cowboys lost to the San Francisco 49ers 24-21. CJ Beathard was 10 for 20, threw for 181 yards, and threw 1 interception. Raheem Mostert had 8 carries for 57 yards, and Victor Bolden had 3 receptions for 54 yards. The Carolina Panthers defeated the Buffalo Bills 28-23. Tyler Hinike was 7 for 9, threw for 121 yards, and threw for 1 touchdown. Marcus Murphy ran the ball 7 times for 35 yards and had 1 rushing touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin had 4 receptions for 59 yards and had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Atlanta Falcons lost to the New York Jets 17-0. Kurt Benkert went 9 for 17, threw for 125 yards and threw 1 interception. Trenton Cannon had 11 carries for 40 rushing yards. Devon Gray had 4 receptions for 83 receiving yards. The Detroit Lions lost to the Oakland Raiders 16-10. Connor Cook went 11 for 19, threw for 141 yards, and threw 1 touchdown. Chris Warren had 13 carries and ran for 86 yards. Johnny Holton had one reception, but it was a big one because he had 41 receiving yards. The Los Angeles Rams lost to the Baltimore Ravens 33-7. Lamar Jackson was 7 for 18 and threw for 119 yards. John Kelly ran the ball 13 times for 77 rushing yards. And Brashard Perriman had 3 receptions for 71 yards. He had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Redskins lost to the Patriots 26-17. Colt McCoy was 13 for 18, threw for 189 yards, and threw for 2 touchdowns. Jeremy Hill ran the ball 11 times for 51 rushing yards. He had 1 rushing touchdown. Cam Sims had 2 receptions for 74 yards. Cody Kessler was 14 for 17, threw for 139 yards, and threw for 1 touchdown. Taysom Hill ran the ball 7 times for 52 yards and had a rushing touchdown. Tre'Quan Smith had 4 receptions for 48 yards. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 31-14. Nate Sudfeld was 10 for 14, threw for 140 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns, and threw 2 interceptions. Josh Adams ran the ball 6 times for 30 yards, and Shelton Gibson had 2 receptions for 77 yards. He had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Houston Texans defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 17-10. Brandon Whedon went 9 for 11, threw for 97 yards, and threw for 2 touchdowns. Joe Webb ran the ball 4 times for 42 rushing yards. Demarcus Robinson had 3 receptions for 48 yards. He had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Tennessee Titans lost to the Green Bay Packers 31-17. Deshaun Kaiser was at 9 for 18 and threw for 134 yards. Akron Wadley ran the ball 9 times for 27 rushing yards. Marquez Valdez-Scantling had 5 receptions for 101 receiving yards. He had 1 reception for a touchdown. The Minnesota Vikings defeated the Denver Broncos 42-28. Chad Kelly went 14 for 21, threw for 177 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns, and threw 1 interception. Latavius Murray had 4 carries for 43 yards. Rock Thomas had 3 receptions for 102 receiving yards. He had 2 receptions for a touchdown. Here's the Week 2 schedule for the NFL preseason. The Philadelphia Eagles will be playing against the New England Patriots. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing against the Green Bay Packers. The New York Jets will be playing against the Washington Redskins. The Kansas City Chiefs will be playing the Atlanta Falcons. The New York Giants will be playing the Detroit Lions. The Miami Dolphins will be playing the Carolina Panthers. The Buffalo Bills will be playing the Cleveland Browns. The Arizona Cardinals will be playing the New Orleans Saints. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be playing the Minnesota Vikings. The Oakland Raiders will be playing the Los Angeles Rams. The Cincinnati Bengals will be playing the Dallas Cowboys. San Francisco 49ers will be playing the Houston Texans. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be playing the Tennessee Titans. The Chicago Bears will be playing the Denver Broncos. The Seattle Seahawks will be playing the Los Angeles Chargers. and the Baltimore Ravens will be playing the Indianapolis Colts. Check out the description. I have links for all the recaps for this week's games, and I will be here again next week for week 2, the NFL preseason.